How's it going, everyone? Coach Braden here with Look Like You Lift, and we're gonna be going over the bench press. We're working with Preston, who I've never worked with before, so you can kind of see exactly how we take someone from start to finish with this lift. So the way that we teach the bench press is we teach it at the top of the movement, and then we teach it at the bottom of the movement, and then we transition in between. So we're gonna start with Preston going ahead and laying down on the bench press, we're gonna have him laying down on the bench. And from here, we want to get him set up in a good position. So right off the bat, if you have a style of J-hook like this, we want the barbell sitting on the edge of the J-hook, okay? It should always be on the edge. From here, Preston is going to look straight up at the barbell, and in his eyesight, the barbell should be cutting his eyesight in half. And that's how we know that he's in the right spot. So if I were to look straight down, the barbell should be completely covering his eyeballs. It's not. So I'm actually gonna have him shift down just a few inches. That's a good position for him to be, okay? That's the starting point. Now, let's go over the grip. Very similar to the overhead press, we want the forearms parallel to one another at the bottom of the position, but it's going to be a wider grip than it would be an overhead press. So for most people, also depending on the barbell, it's about thumb width apart from where the smooth part of the barbell meets the knurling. Okay, so Preston, we're gonna go ahead and just try that. Okay, so wide grip here, okay? Wrap the thumb around because we never do false grip on this exercise. Go ahead and unrack the barbell. Okay, and this actually might be a good height for him because we don't want him doing a half bench to get it off the rack. We want as minimal effort as possible with this. So now, he's unracked the weight. Now we have a little bit of something that we can control. We can fix his positioning. So from here, Preston, I want you to pinch your shoulder blades together and then tuck your shoulder blades down into your back pocket and then bring your feet as close to the shoulders as possible while keeping the feet flat on the ground, okay? So did you feel your back get all tight when you did that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now also, if I reach down here, there's gonna be a bit of a lower back arch. This is exactly what we want, okay? So this is all tight. There's a little bit of a hip flexor stretch, a little bit of a lower back arch. Now we're ready to press. So this is the starting point of the bench press. Now we're gonna work on the bottom position. Now, we're gonna bring the barbell down to the sternum, okay? So the bony process right here inside your rib cage, we're gonna bring it right down to that point. Go ahead. This is the end position, okay? Now at this bottom position, we also wanna make sure that the elbows are slightly in front of the barbell at the bottom. And check it out, his forearms are parallel to one another at this bottom position, so the grip is good, okay? Now, he's not gonna press up, he's actually gonna press back to where the barbell was directly over his shoulders again. So press back, okay? This is the end position, so go ahead and bring it back down. Okay, and then press back. Good. So all the other lifts that you've seen so far, the squat, the deadlift, the press, they all have a very vertical bar path, but the bench press is unique where if he brings it down, go ahead, it's actually a diagonal bar path. So he's gonna diagonally bring it down and he's actually gonna press it up in a diagonal fashion, okay? So go ahead and rack it. In this exercise, we still need to make sure that we have a neutral wrist in the bench press. And Preston had a little bit of flexion in his wrist, so we're gonna fix that using the same technique that we used when we went over the overhead press. So go ahead and grab the barbell. Okay, and just like last time, so open up your hand. We're gonna internally rotate the palm. So it's here, internally rotate the palm, grab the barbell, squeeze it nice and tight, and now unrack it. Okay, see how now his wrist is neutral? There's no flexion here. This is exactly what we want, okay? So go ahead and rack it. All right, let's go ahead and try it with a little bit of load. Right off the bat, make sure that your barbell is sitting at the edge of your J hook, okay? Scooch down a little bit. There you go, good. Okay, so now that he has weight in his hands, he's gonna pinch his shoulder blades together, tuck them down into the back pocket, pull the legs back toward me, so he's nice and tight, feet flat, there you go. Go ahead. Press back, good. Good. Now, for this instance, since he's not a competitive powerlifter, there's no need for him to pause at the bottom. As soon as it makes contact with the chest, let's go ahead and press back up. Good. Okay, that's it. Go ahead and rack it. Still like 1 touch too high, but gets the point across. And that's the bench press.